Aloha, my name is Fred Grissom. I'm a contractor, artist, designer, and all-around handyman extraordinaire in the beautiful state of Hawaii. My passion is creating livable spaces in condos, apartments, homes, and vacation rentals. I am also a single parent, so my other passion is raising a strong, healthy, confident son. My job experience has taken me all over the country, from installing 8,000 volt security fences to running large metal roofing crews in the South. In my spare time, I like to surf, body surf, boogie board, skydive, pretty much anything crazy and anything to do with my son. Okay, so for today's video, I am going to be redoing this table. I found this on the side of the road. It's in pretty bad shape. It probably had a glass top. It probably broke, and that's why they got rid of this table. So we're going to refurbish this, make it nice and new, and I'll be putting this in my home. Okay, so the first step to restoring this table is removing all the old rust and loose paint from it. So I have a pretty rough sanding sponge that'll get the big areas of the table pretty good. And I also have a sanding paper, 120 grit, and this will help me get into all the crevices. And if you notice, there's a lot of tight areas in here, so this is our first process of restoring our table. Okay, so we removed all the rust and the loose paint, and the next process would be to get all the loose dust off of our table. So what I got was just some regular mineral spirits, and I'm going to pour it onto a rag and wipe the table down completely and make sure there's absolutely no dust on here, or our paint will not adhere to our metal. Okay, so the next process of our table restoration would be to prime the table. You don't have to prime it, but I'm going to prime it because it'll help the longevity of the table, and it'll help our final coat of paint adhere to our table a lot better, so that's why I'm going to prime it. Okay, so before you start priming, you want to make sure that you're outside in a well-ventilated area. I actually hung the table from this hook. Okay, so before you start spraying, two things. You want to make sure you have your mineral spirits and a rag. Just in case a run occurs while you're spraying, the mineral spirits will help you wipe it out. And when you're spraying, you also want to keep the can about 12 to 14 inches away from whatever you're painting, which will also help from having any runs or drips in your paint. You also want to keep the can moving as much as possible, so you don't get any runs in the paint. Okay, so our table is completely painted. This used to be a glass table, and we're going to turn this into tile. We're going to put tile on the top. So what I did is I cut a 1/2 inch piece of plywood, and I used the 1/2 inch because we have this opening in the table, and we don't want our table to sag. So I used a 1/2 inch, and I cut it a 1/2 inch short of our table, and I will show you why later. Okay, so in our next process, I'm going to fasten our plywood to our metal frame. So I have stainless steel screws, I have a drill, my drill bit, and I also have some liquid nails, which will help with adhering the plywood to our metal frame. Also, if you can countersink your screws, that would be better, because then you won't have a bump in your tile won't stick up. So if you can countersink your screws into the wood, that would be ideal. Okay, so now we have our wood fastened to our table. I also have some tile left over from a job. that I think would be ideal for our table. I think the smaller the tile, the better. Then you can do maybe a nice layout. Okay, so you can see I laid all the tile on the ground where it's going to go on the table, so it'll be easier for me when I install it. I am going to use a liquid nails. It's actually meant for tile. I kind of like it better than using thin set on such a small area. Alright, so we have all our tile set on our table. It looks great. Our next process would be probably let it dry for about 24 hours before you want to grout your table. Alright, so now it's been 24 hours since we set our tile and we're ready for our grout. I actually picked a gray grout because this natural stone has a lot of gray in it, so I thought it would accent our table. So, okay, so here's our table. It's 100% completed. Tile is all installed, grouted, sealed, and ready for my home. Okay, so these are some before pictures of a kitchen remodel I did in a condo. I redid all the plumbing, electrical, drywall, installed all the cabinets, and installed a tankless electrical water heater. I also removed the wall and cabinets that blocked the 10-story ocean view. As you can see, the results were amazing. I relocated the stove, dishwasher, and sink, added strip lighting above the cabinets and rope lighting below the cabinets, and definitely made this a more livable space. Now these are before pictures of a complete remodel on a vacation rental. The kitchen was completely closed off to an ocean view as well. There's laminate flooring in the kitchen and bathroom. The doors, flooring, bathroom, just everything was outdated. So in this unit I installed stone and laminate flooring. Also I built a wall and made a private bedroom with 3 sliding mahogany doors. In the kitchen I removed the wall blocking the ocean view, added soffit lighting, redid all the plumbing and electrical, and made this a more livable space. Now this is a before picture of a complete re-roof, including replacing all the J-channel, soffit, fascia, and gutters. This type of metal roofing is called permatile, and it takes the effect of a clay tile roof but has a longer lifespan. Every aspect of this roof was installed above the building codes and exceeded the homeowner's expectations. This is a before picture of one of my most favorite jobs. This bathroom remodel cost over $120,000 and took me about 5 weeks to do with one helper. As you can see, we relocated where the tub and shower were, installed a jacuzzi tub, towel warmers, a bigger vanity with faucet and control knobs coming out of the mirror, with 24 Hollywood light bulbs. I also expanded the water closet room to add a bidet. In this picture you can see a beautiful chandelier and shower head coming out of the ceiling. And to finish it off, a beautiful tile inlay with blue glass trim. Very livable, very beautiful.